The rise and fall of Victoria's Secret. For decades, Victoria's Secret held an iconic status in the world of lingerie and fashion, captivating millions with its annual extravagant fashion shows and its image of glamorous angels in sexy attire. The brand had a firm grip on the American lingerie market, consistently claiming around 60% of the industry. It was a symbol of sensuality and aspiration for many. However, the narrative has shifted, and the enchanting aura surrounding Victoria's Secret has dwindled over the years. The annual fashion show's ratings have plummeted, and the brand's sales have declined steadily. In this video, we will dive into how Victoria's Secret rose to prominence and why it faltered, unable to adapt to changing times and consumer preferences. In the early 1980s, the landscape of women's undergarments in America was vastly different from what it is today. Lingerie was predominantly viewed as either functional or sexy, with little room for in-between. Victoria's Secret's founder, Roy Raymond, saw an opportunity to change this paradigm. In 1977, he opened the first Victoria's Secret in Palo Alto, focusing on lingerie designed for men's tastes, adorned with dark colors, leather sofas, and racy garments. Despite his vision, the stores struggled and were on the brink of bankruptcy by 1982. Leslie Wexner, the visionary behind L Brands, saw potential in Raymond's concept and bought Victoria's Secret for approximately $1 million. He aimed to revolutionize the American lingerie market, making it more accessible and appealing to women. Wexner's strategy was to offer standard supportive bras in vibrant colors and distinctive prints, and to redesign the stores with softer, more feminine aesthetics. Victoria's Secret's timing was impeccable. The 1980s marked the entrance of women who were raised with revolutionary ideas into the workforce. The sexual revolution had encouraged them to embrace their own sensuality, and the workplace revolution provided them with disposable income. Rather than spending this on weddings and children, they channeled their resources into buying bras and lingerie. Victoria's Secret positioned itself as a store where the sexiest women in the world shopped, creating a glamorous fantasy that everyday women could partake in, albeit at a steep price. The brand's strategy resonated with the working women of the era. The power suit was emblematic of their professional lives, but underneath they wanted to feel sexy and confident. Victoria's Secret's offering met this need perfectly, and women embraced it. By 1986, the retailer had 100 stores across the country, stealing market share from department stores. Just 9 years later, it boasted 670 stores nationwide and generated a staggering $1.9 billion in sales. Victoria's Secret's success was intricately tied to the cultural shifts of the time. Women were seizing their power and rights, and the brand capitalized on this, aligning itself with the changing narrative of female empowerment. As women entered the workforce and embraced their sexuality, they sought lingerie that made them feel confident and beautiful. Despite its early success, Victoria's Secret faced the challenge of persuading women to spend more on high-quality, attractive bras for everyday use. The brand made several attempts to create bras that bridged the gap between functionality and aesthetics, but these efforts often faltered. 3 significant attempts fell short, either by sacrificing structure for beauty or through perplexing advertising campaigns. It wasn't until 1999 that Victoria's Secret found a game-changer with the Body by Victoria line. Leslie Wexner, using consumer insights, designed this bra to be seamless and padded with soft, luxurious fabric. The response was astounding, with Body by Victoria outselling any other line launched by Victoria's Secret in its first 4 weeks. Despite its higher price compared to department store bras, the line sold out within 6 weeks of its launch. This marked the beginning of Victoria's Secret's dominance in the intimate apparel industry. The brand expanded rapidly, branching into cosmetics and fragrances, and launching PINK in 2004 to attract younger women with trendy bras, underwear, and loungewear. Simultaneously, the annual fashion show became a ratings powerhouse, with 12.4 million viewers in 2001, launching the careers of supermodels like Heidi Klum, Gisele Bündchen, Adriana Lima, and Tyra Banks. By 2006, 1 in every 3 intimate apparel purchases came from Victoria's Secret. Sharon Turney, who had led the brand's catalog division, was named CEO in 2006, further propelling the brand's growth. In 2010 and 2011, same-store sales grew at 14%, and by 2012, Victoria's Secret was crowned the most buzzed-about apparel brand in the U.S. However, this period also marked the beginning of Victoria's Secret's decline. The decline started slowly but steadily. Same-store sales fell to 7% in 2012 and continued to decline, hitting just 3% for the next 2 years. Although the numbers briefly rebounded to 5% in 2015, the company faced another setback when CEO Sharon Turney abruptly resigned in 2016. Leslie Wexner stepped in to implement changes. He initiated a company restructuring and laid off 200 employees. A new CEO, Jan Singer, formerly with the shapewear brand Spanx, was appointed to steer the ship. To revamp the brand, Victoria's Secret discontinued its swimsuit and catalog businesses. Discontinuing the swimsuit line was particularly concerning as it had accounted for a substantial portion of L Brand's revenue, despite its declining trend. However, the decision was made to focus on the core lingerie line and expand into the growing athleisure market. These changes, while significant, were seen as coming too late. The lingerie and athleisure markets had already seen major shifts in the preceding years, with younger brands capturing the zeitgeist more accurately. Brands like Aerie, Third Love, and celebrity-backed lines such as Rihanna's Savage Fenty, Kate Hudson's Fabletics, and Beyoncé's Ivy Park gained substantial ground. These emerging competitors understood the evolving consumer preferences and were quick to offer products and messaging that resonated with the times. In contrast, Victoria's Secret, once considered revolutionary, appeared to be falling behind. As Victoria's Secret faced its decline, a pivotal factor was the changing priorities of women. The brand's iconic image of sexiness and glamour clashed with the rising demand for comfort and a more natural look in undergarments. Bralettes, bandeaus, and bodysuits gained popularity, reflecting a shift toward comfortable and functional lingerie. When Victoria's Secret introduced bralettes in 2016, the market was already brimming with brands that catered to these preferences, notably Aerie, which resonated with younger consumers, experiencing consistent double-digit same-store sales growth since 2015. In the athleisure segment, Victoria's Secret lagged behind established leaders like Lululemon and Nike. Another significant challenge Victoria's Secret failed to address was the mainstream movement for representation and inclusivity. Consumers increasingly demanded brands that celebrated all body types and identities, aligning with a more diverse and realistic perspective. In contrast, Victoria's Secret clung to its traditional angels, who epitomized a slim yet busty ideal deemed unrealistic by many. This lack of inclusivity alienated customers, as they found it challenging to relate to the brand's fantastical runway shows that lacked diversity. In 2018, Chief Marketing Officer Ed Razek's remarks in a Vogue interview insinuating that plus-sized and transgender models couldn't fit the Victoria's Secret fantasy triggered substantial backlash, with accusations of being outdated and transphobic. Competitors like Third Love seized this opportunity to criticize Victoria's Secret and champion their own more inclusive and diverse approach to lingerie. Ethical considerations have become increasingly important for consumers. A 2018 Mintel report highlighted that 97% of U.S. consumers believed it was somewhat important that companies behaved ethically, marking a significant shift from 76% in 2012. Victoria's Secret consistently rated poorly on ethical fashion reports and had faced accusations of unethical labor practices, including allegations of child and slave labor. This tarnished the brand's image and raised ethical concerns among consumers who were increasingly conscious of the social responsibility of the companies they supported. After facing a challenging couple of years, analysts and investors are concerned about L Brand's declining performance, with sales growth now primarily attributed to its other successful brand, Bath & Body Works. To counter this trend, Victoria's Secret has initiated a few strategies to revitalize the brand. First, they plan to re-enter the swimsuit category and potentially revive other product lines that had been abandoned. Second, they are exploring collaborations with well-established brands and fashion designers. Finally, the company is considering downsizing its real estate portfolio. As analysts argue, it has an excessive number of stores across the country. However, the effectiveness of these strategies remains a subject of doubt. Victoria's Secret appears to be struggling to change its products and messaging to align with shifting consumer priorities as rapidly or effectively as its competition. Victoria's Secret, once an emblem of glamour and aspiration in the world of lingerie, has fallen from grace due to its inability to adapt to evolving consumer preferences. The brand's focus on outdated ideals of sexiness, a lack of inclusivity, and ethical concerns have contributed to its decline. As consumers increasingly prioritize comfort, diversity, and ethics, Victoria's Secret has lagged behind more agile competitors who cater to these changing values. The rise and fall of Victoria's Secret serves as a compelling narrative of changing times and consumer priorities. As the brand grappled with an evolving marketplace, it faced numerous challenges that ultimately reshaped the intimate apparel industry. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular content updates. Stay tuned.